Subscribe to Emmanuel Tutorials and press the bell icon for notifications. Hello everyone, welcome back to Emmanuel Tutorials. Today we'll be seeing the a basic question related to Laplace transform through which we'll be able to solve the complex ones easily. So before this we had seen what is a Laplace transform, the derivation, the applications. Also we have seen about the S-plane. Now we've solved this problem using Laplace transform to determine the Laplace transform. So let's start. The signal which is given to us is x of t is equal to e raised to at u of t. Now we know that for finding the Laplace transform x of s, the formula is integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e raised to minus st dt. So now we have x of t is e raised to at u of t. So let's substitute that in our expression. So it will be integral minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to at u of t into e raised to minus st dt. Now u of t is a unit step signal. So multiplication of any signal using unit step will give us a causal signal which is extending from 0 to its extreme end, to the signal's extreme end. So here our integration limits will change from 0 to infinity because anyways the signal before that is going to be 0. So we can say integral 0 to infinity e raised to at into e raised to minus st dt, because now u of t will be not there because we have already changed the limits. Now if we take t common, we'll have integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus s minus a t dt. Now I hope you understood how we have got this, because I have just taken minus common and s inside, and a will become minus when it is inside the bracket with minus outside. So now to solve the integral, we know that integration of e raised to t is e raised to t. So integration e raised to at is e raised to at upon a. So it will be e raised to minus s minus a t upon minus s minus a, and this will be from 0 to infinity. Now substituting the upper limit and lower limit, we'll get now t is equal to infinity for the upper limit, so e raised to minus infinity upon minus s minus a minus the lower limit, so e raised to 0 upon minus s minus a. Now e raised to minus infinity is 0, so this whole term will become 0, minus e raised to 0 is 1 upon minus s minus a. So this will become minus will get cancelled, so the resultant will be 1 upon s minus a. Now s is equal to sigma plus j omega, so that will become 1 upon sigma plus j omega minus a. Now next we have to find the ROC, or the region of convergence. Now if you see e raised to at u of t, if you try to plot that, e raised to at is this kind of a signal. So at 0 it is 1, and before that it's a decreasing, it's an increasing signal, and after that also it's an increasing signal which goes on till infinity. Now if you multiply it by u of t, it will become a signal which starts from 0 and then ends till infinity. So you can see that left hand side there is nothing, the signal's value is 0. So when you write the ROC, you have to always see the where the signal is facing, or where the signal is present, whether it is on the left hand side or on the right hand side. So if it's on the right hand side, our ROC will be greater than. So now we have sigma plus j omega minus a. So if you equate the denominator to 0, it will be s minus a is equal to 0. So s is equal to a. So our pole, because the denominator is always poles, because we've seen in the previous video in which we saw what are poles and where the poles are present and what are zeros. So in that we saw that the denominator denotes poles. So in denominator the roots are poles. So here s is equal to a is the pole. So if you try to plot it, it is at the positive side or the right hand side of the S plane. This is sigma, this is j omega. So our pole is at S is equal to A. Now for plotting the region of convergence will be always on the side where the resultant signal or where x of t is present. So here we have the resultant signal to the right hand side. So our ROC will also be extending to the right hand side. So if we see that our pole is situated at S is equal to A, so our region of convergence will be at a value greater than A. So it will be at S greater than A. Now S is sigma plus j omega. Sigma plus j omega. And this we have said that it is equal to A. Now you can see that there is no imaginary part on the right hand side. So sigma is greater than A because these two real parts have been equated. So can we say that real part of S, that is sigma, is greater than A? So we can say that a region of convergence is present at real part of S greater than A. So we have plotted the region of convergence. We have also got the Laplace transform of e raised to u of t. Hope you understood the concept. If you have any doubts or related to this video or any other concepts, you could mention them in the comments below. If your questions are in the form of images, you could send them to edututorials252@gmail.com. Please like, share and subscribe to Emmanuel Tutorials for more. Thank you. Subscribe to Emmanuel Tutorials and press the bell icon for notifications.